So what do you do when everything around you is crumbling and there's nowhere left to go? You find the light where you are. I was standing in my apartment the other day, and I was thinking about some of the things I'm going through personally in my personal life, because I'm human and we all experience the darkness. And I was thinking about how jarring it is to experience, oftentimes at all points during the day, this duality of this experience of the light and the darkness, and feeling it all at once and going, I don't even know how to process this. And I took a moment and I felt the heaviness. I felt it on me. And I literally said, wait a second. Stepping in especially to that next level version of who I am, where I am, how I am. Something came upon me. And it was just this quiet thought that said, find the light where you are. You know, the thing about light is that it doesn't force itself into anything. It simply illuminates very softly and in the perfect amount of time. And it stretches quite far. The sun always simply shines. It does not force its way onto anything. It is just there for all that are ready to let it in. So maybe this is your sign to take down that umbrella. Maybe this is your sign to open up your heart a little bit. When all else fails around us, what option do we have but to find the light within and without, and find it exactly where you are? And in knowing that it is right there, there is always light. There is, in the midst of the darkness and the chaos and the struggle, an emphasis on the struggle. You know what I'm talking about, but there is always the light. And this life experience is returning back to that within you and outside of you, and understanding that you have it all laced on your beautiful, beautiful heart. It is here for you at all times. Please let it in. Surrender to it. Surrender to God. Surrender to this beautiful universe. Surrender to all that is what aligns with you. Surrender to it. It is for you. It is for you. The light is here at all times and in all ways. All is well for you. You affirm that to yourself and you feel that. And it's not lost to me. Look at the light right there. That never shows up. I'm sorry. I never see that. There is such a struggle in being in the depths of that sorrow, the depths of that difficulty and that pain. And none of us make it out of this human experience without living that. And you know, it's interesting because we often isolate ourselves when we are experiencing it. And many times it's, to heal, we got to pull back a little bit, which is understandable. But we don't realize that even the experience of us thinking that what we're experiencing is just us, that in itself is universal. That in itself bonds us. And sometimes the light is knowing that you can lean on others, that it's okay. You can lean on the light. You can let it in. It doesn't all have to be dark. You can let it in. But in the moments where it is crumbling, pause where you are. The chaos of our mind does something, y'all. It really infiltrates. And it truly makes us think that there's nothing left. When you're in that civil war internally, it is a battle like none other. You know what I'm talking about. It is a battle like none other. But we don't find the answer in that battle. Even in that moment, if we come out victorious, we don't find the answer. We certainly don't find the peace. We try and force ourselves back into alignment by saying, I just did this, now I gotta force myself. No, you need to take the pressure off of your back. You need to take the pressure off of your back. And sometimes it's that moment of going, where is the light right here that always simply is? It does not force itself, it simply exists. Where is it? It must be here. So the other day, when I was standing in my apartment and I had that moment and I said to myself, find the light where I am, I realized there is light here. There is light in this reality. There is light in front of me. Because you haven't come this far to give up. You have not come this far to be taken down. It would have taken you down by now. You have come this far to continue to see the light in your beautiful becoming. It is not a coincidence that you fell upon this video today. It is not a coincidence. All is well for you at all times, and things are working for you and with you. And I know when we are going through it, that is the last thing that we want to hear. But if this resonates with you in this moment, if this resonates with you, take this word, take this energy with you and understand it is all here for you. And sometimes the path forward is just a step. And we think it's so foggy, and it is just a step. And before you know it, you start to see the lighthouse. Before you know it, you realize you have always been sailing closer to it, and it looks foggy in front of you, but you never had to be in the driver's seat. Perhaps it's time to get out of the driver's seat. And is it time? There's a bigger plan here for you. And I will tell you that what is laced on your heart is for you. It simply is. It's been planted there by God, our creator. You could say source, universe, whatever aligns with you. But I want you to listen to this. It has been planted there for you to begin to walk towards that. The perfect journey of becoming, the perfect experiences of the return trip back home to the light within you. So it's kind of your duty to go off and walk. But you're not going to know how it turns out. And it's going to be foggy. Because we try and pretend like we can plan it all out. We know everything that's going to happen. And okay, we're going to fix all that. And nothing ever goes according to that plan. Because the reality is, we're not in the driver's seat. The reality is, you get to be in the passenger seat. If you want to be in the driver's seat, you can go for it, but things are still going to upheave. Things are still going to flip over. And truly, it is all a return trip back home. Perhaps it's time to step out of the way a bit and find the light right where you are and let it in, because it is here for you. It has always been here for you. It will continue to be here for you, and it will always guide you. That light is the highest version of this life that we can live. When you seek that light where we came from and you start to walk and you allow God to be in the driver's seat, something changes. It doesn't mean it's always going to be easy. It doesn't mean it's always going to be fun. There are moments of intense darkness here, but when you make it through that, it is a kiss the ground feeling, that feeling of having not only overcome, but gotten through it with a new level of appreciation that I cannot even say. That word doesn't even do it justice, but a new level of appreciation for this life, for who you are, for who you've always been, for who you're realizing you have truly always been, for the love that you're beginning to have again for yourself. It encompasses all things. It is why we are here. So when everything crumbles, you find the light exactly where you are. And you remember that all is truly well.